Theresa May wants cooperation. What I heard in the House yesterday suggested that there is going to be no love fest in the House of Commons, that the Labour Party has every incentive on generating an early general election. What exactly is, therefore, the objective of today's speech?
Well, I mean, the speech today is using the announcement of a report on the gig economy that was always going to happen about now. It's been long in the baking, and it's using this relatively consensual announcement. I mean, it's about something where a Conservative Party can sound slightly sort of leftish on business regulation, to try to use that as an opportunity to say something that sounds as if it's trying to bring in other parties to try to support her, given she lost her majority in the general election. The difficulty she's got, of course, is that the UK Parliament is inherently adversarial. It's just designed to be adversarial. So it's not like some European chamber where everybody works together. They just don't do that. And Labour senses that if they can just keep the government suffering, the Conservative government suffering for a year or two or however long it takes, they will inevitably, I'm not saying this is true, by the way, but they think they can then inevitably win the next general election.
The red lines, the critical red lines on Brexit appear to be being watered down. Now, this is part and parcel of this process that we're going through. It now looks as if the latest one to be watered down is the ECJ. How many more red lines will be watered down, and where will that leave us, for instance, on issues like immigration?
Well, I mean, the European Court of Justice clearly is an integral part of the UK being in any sense involved with the EU. It's been an integral part of the way the EU works. And so long as any element of the way Britain is operating still links back into the European system, the EU system, the question of how the ECJ rules or doesn't rule in the UK will be there. It's a big issue for some Conservatives, not for many others. And there's a big fracture within the Conservative Party, which will play out also on issues like immigration. The truth is that whilst some Conservatives want to get control, they're hard line in that sense, others are much more soft line and will tack towards a long transition, perhaps allowing the ECJ back in here and there, paying some money. All of that's still up for grabs in the negotiations, which, by the way, have only just started.